We are growing very, very fast, especially in Southeast Asia. We started off early this year with 7% market share. Now we are reaching 11% market share. We want to actually fill up all the belly capacity in APAC, and we have all our global customers that are helping us to grow. The only missing segment is the freighter component, the narrow body component that we're going to put from Kuala Lumpur to fly 5 hours radius around this region. So that's the missing link, will make us grow even faster.
Hi everybody, this is Libin, Chacko, Kurian from Start Media Group. We are here at Munich, Germany for Air Cargo Europe and Transport Logistic Trade Fair. With me right now is Francis Antony. He's the Group Head Cargo Commercial for Teleport. Francis, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting for this interview.
Teleport today signed a partnership with Pradhaan Air Express, which is an Indian cargo airline, and Astral Aviation, which is based in Nairobi. Can you put that into context in terms of the evolution of Teleport and what does that really mean to you?
Maybe I'll start with Pradhaan Air first. Most of our flights into India are narrow body flights. We have 10 destinations that we fly into India. The only one that is a wide body operations to Delhi. So we thought we need some palletized capacity into India, from India to bring out cargo and also cargo to go into India. So we identified Pradhaan Air, who operates Airbus 320 freighter. We will operate from Madras to Bangkok. What will happen is we'll pull cargo from south of India all the way into Bangkok, where it feeds into our network. That's for export of India. And for import, we will pull cargo from all over Southeast Asia, Japan, Korea, Australia into India. So Pradhaan's aircraft will actually cater to the palletized segment that we do not have at this point of time. We already signed a MoU with Astral. Astral, the reason behind it is we are already good in Southeast Asia. APAC is already growing, but we wanted access into Africa. So what we want to do is bring cargo from Southeast Asia, APAC, feed into Africa, and the right partner was actually Astral. And when we spoke Astral, so what we're going to do with Astral is we also will provide capacity access into Southeast Asia and APAC. So vice versa, both will do the same for each other's airline.
Talking about the freighters, you have plans to induct A321 freighters, 3 of them. Can you give us an idea about what is your cargo strategy on how these freighters will fit into your strategy, and you have plans to expand?
So currently, AirAsia has 2 types of aircraft. One is the 320 and 321 passenger aircraft, which only caters to a loose cargo capacity. And we have the A330 aircraft that flies to Australia, Japan, India, and also Korea. There are some segments where like Hong Kong, Hanoi, Saigon, where we only have the narrow body passenger flights that flies there. So we want to untap this market. That is why we got in the freighter. The freighter, what the freighter will do, it will untap the palletized cargo that comes from Hanoi, Saigon into Kuala Lumpur and feeds into our whole network. So that segment is always been missing, and with our freighters coming in, we will actually cater to these segments. And we can start carrying full DG cargo, batteries, some odd size shipments from all these destinations. So we're getting in 3 aircrafts at this point of time. It's Airbus 321 freighters. 2 is coming in this year. 1 more will be next year, will be coming into our network.
Talking about the markets, China is an important market for you as well. Can you give us an idea about how you connect the Chinese market to the Southeast Asian region or the Asia Pacific, for example?
So AirAsia operates the narrow body segments into China and also the wide body segments into China. The only missing link is actually freighters. So we see China as a big market for Southeast Asia and also APAC. That is why when we ramp up our frequencies into China for both the narrow body and the wide body segments, the freighter also will cater into a bigger market. So we will go the southern part of China, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, even Hong Kong, to bring cargo back into Kuala Lumpur or even Bangkok to feed into our network. So it's besides the general freight, we also have the e-commerce segment that is growing very, very fast to feed into the Southeast Asia and APAC market. So China is a big market that we want to tap all over again.
You already mentioned e-commerce as an important segment that you are looking into. Can you give us a little more idea about where it will coming from and where it is moving, for example? Also, how these aircraft that you have, for example, or coming in, the freighters, how they will help you to move this type of cargo?
Southern part of China is there's a lot of e-commerce movement. So there are many hubs in Southeast Asia that we are using to actually distribute this e-commerce business. One of it is Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, to a certain extent, even Bangkok. So we are actually untapping the market from China, bring it all the way to Southeast Asia, and feed it all into our network to feed to all the other ports within Southeast Asia. The Airbus 321 freighter, it's a good aircraft for e-commerce. It's a 14 main deck aircraft. You have a containerized main deck, and the lower deck is also containerized. So it's good for e-commerce business to actually fill up all this belly capacity that is containerized. We have a mixture of both general freight, the skidded cargo, and also e-commerce business from China. So it's a good mix that we bring the hard freight from China and also the e-commerce business from China and feed it into our network. So two big commodities that we are actually focusing for China.
You have big ambitions and big targets, I believe. So can you give us an idea about what is the mood there in your team right now at Teleport?
So we are growing very, very fast, especially in Southeast Asia. We started off with early this year with 7% market share. Now we are reaching 11% market share. We want to actually fill up all the belly capacity in APAC, and we have all our global customers that are helping us to grow. The only missing segment is the freighter component, the narrow body component that we're going to put from Kuala Lumpur to fly 5 hours radius around this region. So that's the missing link, will make us grow even faster. So with the collaboration with Pradhaan Air and also Astral, will make us even move faster. So we're going into a different continent altogether. So we're quite excited about how Teleport and the AirAsia Group is moving towards this.
Thank you so much, Francis, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting.